What's going on, guys? It's Darkstar. Don't really have too big of a topic for you guys on this video today. I know there was a bunch of Smash Bros leaks that happened earlier this morning. Fuck that. That's fake. Like, I'm not even gonna talk about it. Like, so many people have talked about it. GameXplain, Player Essence, Switch Force. Everyone has talked about these quote-unquote Smash Bros for Switch leaks. That it's pretty funny, honestly. Arts Omni probably did it, or some other guy probably. Like, look, it's fake. And even if it's not fake, I don't even care. Like, I know the game will come, and if they're gonna talk about it, they'll talk about it at E3. So I'm gonna leave it at that. That's where I sit on that. All right, bet. Listen, let me talk to y'all about multi-platform games and the Nintendo Switch. I feel like a lot of people, especially in this gaming community, the media, the fanboys, the YouTubers, the regular fans, everybody has this same mentality. We've all come to the same conclusion that Nintendo and Nintendo systems do not get third-party support. Fine, let's roll with that. But for real though, when you say something like that, when that statement is said, I'm not gonna sit here and say that it's not true. I just think it's a little bit misleading to sit here and say the Switch gets no third-party support, because I don't know if you guys have been paying attention for this past, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 days, past week and a half maybe, but there have been multi-platform game after multi-platform game after multi-platform game that have been announced for the system. Some of them exclusives, some of them multi-platform, but all third-party. And that's what really I find interesting, because one, we all get excited when a new game gets announced for the Switch. Like this morning, you know, like Square Enix just announced Lost Sphere for the Nintendo Switch this morning. That game's coming out to PS4, Vita, and the Nintendo Switch. Pretty cool, right? Yeah, pretty dope, pretty nice. But it's not coming to the Xbox One. Now, I made a video a while back, about 3-4 weeks ago, talking about Code Vein and how I feel like that's going to be on the PS4 and the Nintendo Switch. I still hold by that stance very, very heavily, especially right now. But I just want to make a correction though, for all you guys that still don't know where I'm going with this video, or still have that same mentality. Look, the Switch gets third-party support. Wii U, totally different situation. I think that system, you could really sit there and say that's got no third-party support, because not only did it not get the Western games, like, you know, the like Madden, like, you know, Call of Duty, FIFA. It got a few of those at the beginning, but those fell off pretty early. That was that. But it also didn't get the Japanese games. You know, it really didn't get a lot of Japanese games at all, the majority of its lifespan. And on top of that, with it being so, you know, restrictive on the console with the region locking and stuff like that, it just made it difficult to get any games that were even in Japan that Japanese developers made for the system to begin with. So I can see that argument for that console. Now the Switch, totally different ball game, totally completely different concept. It's not the same. Because for someone to tell me that the Switch gets no third-party support, I have to turn around on them and say, well, guess what? By that logic, because in people's minds, they only associate third-party games are equivalent to Western third-party games, and those are the only third-party games that matter in their mind. A lot of these people in this industry don't consider Japanese third-party games real third-party games, because if they did, they'd see the Switch actually gets those games. Knights of Azure 2, really good game, coming to Nintendo Switch. Lost Sphere, just announced today, coming to Nintendo Switch. Monster Hunter, coming to Nintendo Switch. Then we got Dragon Quest X, Dragon Quest XI, Disgaea 5 just came out. You know what I'm saying? Fate Extella is about to come out in a few months too. There's a lot of games that are coming out on the system and PS4 from third-party developers, Japanese third-party developers, and they're not touching the Xbox. They're not touching that system. Capcom was one of the few Japanese developers that were developing games on that platform, and look what happened. Look what happened with Capcom games. They didn't sell. Resident Evil didn't do as well as they wanted. Dead Rising 4, I don't even think that game broke 1 million yet, which is incredible to me. That blows my fucking mind. How could that game not hit 1 million on a platform on an install base of what, 25 to 30 million already? That doesn't make any sense to me, especially with nothing else to play at the time. That's insane. That's insane. Xbox doesn't get Japanese third-party support. Just how like the Switch doesn't get Western third-party support. But why is it that only the Switch is the one that's claimed that doesn't get any third-party support in general, when they both have their own faults? Do you see what I'm saying? Xbox doesn't get Personas. It's not gonna get Monster Hunter. It's sure as hell not gonna get Code Vein. Switch won't get, you know, the next Witcher game. I don't see Switch getting, you know, the next Watch Dogs game or whatever, the next big Bethesda game. I don't really see that happening, right? But because that happens, people will sit there and say, oh, Switch gets no third-party support, but it's okay if the Xbox doesn't get any of the Japanese games like Code Vein, like Monster Hunter, like Persona. It's totally fine because those are Japanese games, right?